Good morning, everyone. Hubli, come on, a lot more energy. Great. Part of every success is about energy levels. If you don't have the energy levels, how can you succeed? Lots of energy, we require lots of energy. I'm going to read quite a bit because I'm not having great memories like the IIT guys. When somebody said I got 96 marks and I got the other way around, 69 marks, so I'm not very good at that. So I'm going to read out so that I don't miss out on some points which are absolutely essential. It's my story, but at the same time I'll also point out why that was correct and what made me succeed. What are the principles of businesses that make you really succeed? It's very important. Success doesn't really come easy. Success is not about luck. It's the way you do things. But first of all, congratulations to all the awardees at this function, and thank you for inviting me over for the TiECon Hubli 2012. Happy Makar Sankranti to all of you. I hear there are a lot of manufacturing industries in Hubli, and I'm not an expert in the IT sector, so I'm going to speak a lot about manufacturing, and my story is about manufacturing. I strongly believe that SMEs are and will be the backbone of industry. You will know that Japan and Germany, these two strongest countries of development, the backbone of their economies was small scale and medium scale industries. Because if they do not produce high quality goods, the bigger industries can never survive and become great. So it's very important for all of you, many of you are going to start small industries. Do not lose heart, there's great future for all of you. The reason of success is always about the strong foundations you lay. And I will let you know a lot more about them as I go. But the most important foundation is ethics, as Mr. Murthy said. Ethics is the foundation of a business. It's like a building, the weak foundation during an earthquake, it shakes down. If you don't have great ethics, your empire will crumble sometimes. So please make sure the main balancing act ever will be having a good ethics in your company. Do not underestimate, my friends, your contribution to the nation. I once again say, it's not the large industries that make a country great, it's the small scale industries that make great. So you have all the become big in manufacturing. To be recognized as a world leader in automotive graphics, in production and technology. Our company Classic Stripe started in a very small space of 15 feet by 15 feet in 1987. I borrowed 2 lakh rupees from a money lender and it took me 5 years to pay it back because the first 5 years I never made any profit. Those days automotive graphics used to be imported from Japan, and this is the process of depositing the correct amount of components, inks on self-adhesive films, which when transferred on the bike looks like almost painted. Many of you see the stripes on the cars, on the bikes, and they look like it's almost painted, but it's not. It's a very, very intricate process of production. But the process is not easy as it looks. If you do it the wrong way, you'll make millions of mistakes. It is a process where you choose the right components, materials, processes, chemicals, and a correct environment that will shorten the variation that makes correct automotive graphics. The shades that you print have to be same repeatedly over many, many years. And this is probably a very, very, very difficult job. In fact, there are only 15 to 20 companies in the world out of 1 million screen printing companies in the world that can do that. When I say environment, it means that your temperature that you are doing it should not vary more than plus minus 2 degrees, including the humidity. And now it's, we sometimes realize it's easy, but it's really that difficult. It was the product of import substitution. We did get good rates, but we the rejections in those days were very high because we didn't have an environment, we didn't have the money to invest in it. So it took us 5 years to get our real profits, the first real profits. We expanded into various galas, and in 1995, we ultimately moved into our own factory, which was about 40,000 square foot. And we could get a lot of the things that we wanted to bring in control in that room. 10 years later, in 2006, we moved into a factory, which is today described as the best factory in the world. When we look back, it seems it was impossible. Whenever you start something, I never dreamed really, when I started the business, that we would be the best, not just in productivity, not just in production, but in quality. Who would have believed? I would never have believed that we could have gone ahead of Japan, USA, Germany in technology, but we did it. We now believe that we are in a business and we have a footprint worldwide. The process of learning came from Japan. I and some of my people who used to travel for Japan, they never showed us what the process was, but we learned by observation. It's very important to observe. All of you, there are mannerisms of successful people that must be observed. And they are very small. A difference between a great man and an average guy is not 100 times. It's probably 20-30% more. But it's just 20-30% more that makes it great. A Mercedes is only 20-30% more better, maybe. Sometimes maybe 10% more better than the Toyota. But it is 3 to 4 times the price. What I'm trying to say is if you make a great product, you will get a good price for your product and you will make good profits. Well, the first time, I'll tell you how it really started. In 1987, out of the small room, it took us a year and a half, through thousands and thousands of attempts to make samples to get this product right. We failed in many attempts. Finally, our product was sent to Japan and it got passed. But we then, after that, did not have a correct record of what was the environment we printed in. So it took us another 6 months to really get back to the principles of how do we get those samples right. So the point I'm telling you is record keeping is very important for you. When you start your business, please keep your records. I, in fact, look at my business and in the first 5-7 years, I don't even have a photograph of my factory. That's how poor I was in the thought process that, what do you really need to do to get further in life? Throughout this startup, we had the first 5 people. I did not have 10 partners like they had in Infosys, IITians. We had 5 workers, I call them associates, who were not even educated more than 6th or 7th grade. But I would inspire them every day. I would nudge them every day. They have to go on. I would be with them. You have to be committed to your work. You have to be committed to your people. Today, our process of production is faster by minimum twice that of any manufacturer in the world. Even the Japanese, when they visit our factory, are shocked to see how can we produce goods twice as faster than them. Which means our costs are so low, we have become the most cost-efficient producer in the world. So inspiration, my friends, is very important. I was always inspired by great leaders. Without inspiration, nothing really happens. So be inspired. Read about inspiration leaders. Dreams. I can see a lot of things written here. They're all, really adequate. You need to have them. Dreams are so important. I'm sure you know about Martin Luther King. In his famous speech, he said, "I have a dream." He was a black leader. Obviously for black people, and today look what we have. In America we have a black president. It's all because somebody dreamed, somebody had a dream. And that's very important. You must have a dream. Never underestimate the power of a dream. It will make you think and help you achieve better than you ever thought you could do. But not the naughty ones, my friends. I want to tell you the experience of how badly we used to be treated when we went abroad. Most of the inputs that we have are imported. Those days, India didn't have foreign exchange. We used to go abroad. We used to go to suppliers. We used to sit there. We probably waited for days. And they said, no, we don't have time. We'll meet you tomorrow. We'll go there the next day. But we never gave up. The thought of persistence. Many of you, there's some students who are in business who are going to become big. Persistence is very, very important. If you're not persistent, you will never make big. You've got to be persistent. You have to be pursuing things harder and harder. Persistence makes you have resilience and grit to succeed. If you're patient, you will succeed. Just to give you a perspective, again I said, we made our profits after 5 years. What if I had given up in the first 2 years, the third year, and the fourth year? I was persistent. Some people give up easy. Please do not give up. If you're persistent, you will make it. World has changed, and a company is respected as a leader in the world. Mind you, an Indian company being respected wherever we go. If we go in the United States, when the name of Classic Stripes is uttered, the competition shudders. If Classic is entering America, we are doomed. This is what we have done. From a company coming from a village in Vasai, north of Mumbai. We can all do it, my friends. It's all about commitment. We were committed. If you do not have commitment, if you are not committed to your work, if you are not committed to your people, things will not happen. Commit yourself and ask your entire team to commit to your goals. It is this, again I'm saying, it's the small and big-sized companies in manufacturing who will be instrumental in leading India into the next revolution. Service industry has done that, but it's time for manufacturing to do that. I know for sure that a lot of manufacturing is going to shift from China to India. It's about time. Government needs to lead a little more into giving the facilities that are required. If that happens, then we will, in the next decade, lead also into the manufacturing sector. So there is a lot of opportunities for all of you. I have a foresight for Hubli, let me tell you. I already have bought land in Hubli knowing manufacturing is going to happen in a large scale in India. So my friends, there's a lot of great opportunity for all of you in Hubli. I know I might not put this unit maybe in a year or two, but I know for sure Hubli is going to be one of the big centers for manufacturing in India. I want to enforce against about high quality. Without high quality, you are not going to go anywhere. Our experience shows my company has become a leader in our industry only because we offer products and services that exceed customers' requirements. This is very, very important. Only cheap prices will not get you anywhere. India must lead into a high quality revolution. This is the future for all of you and for India. We export worldwide in Classic Stripes and is feared because of our unmatched quality. Quality must also mean in the long run, your production costs become low. If anybody has an idea that quality means high costs, in the long term, no. If your quality is high, your costs have to come down, and that's very, very important. And if your costs come down, you will make better profits.